welcome to a series called He Trains My Hands for War, where we're going through the book of Joshua because it is by far the best example of what it is to be in the army of the Lord and follow his instructions every step of the way, because we need to wake up to the reality that we are quickly approaching a real war, not a figurative war or a spiritual war, but a real war that is driven by the spiritual realm. But it's a real war. It's between the antichrist and the world army and the remnant, a multitude of nations, tribes, and tongues of Gentiles, and 144,000 Israelites. And the Lord sustains us for 3.5 years, but you have to follow his instructions. You can't do it your way. So the book of Joshua is the best example. He's a never-changing God. Now, I also want to recommend that you get out and you physically work out. You get out and you exercise, like I'm out here taking a walk out here at Lake Gibeonite. So beautiful out here with my dog, Benjamin. So as we go through this, definitely get out and walk. I mean, it's important that you be physically capable of sustaining a time of trouble. Now, where we are is Joshua and his army had conquered Jericho. They had conquered Ai. And then some people from the kingdom of Gibeon came to them pretending to be from far away, made a pact with them, made them swear an oath not to hurt them or kill them, and just to later discover that, well, that was our next target. So now they're dwelling among them, which has dire consequences. That Israel is dealing with to this very day. They're still dwelling among them, and they're still warring with them because of this oath that Joshua made way back then. So as we go through this, just kind of keep these things in mind. How should we behave? Like when we see these circumstances pop up, what decisions should we make? And get out there and work out. Get out there, take walks, run, lift weights, do jujitsu, train with your weapon, all sorts of different things. Whatever gets you up and gets you moving and gets those muscles going, do that. All right, so we're just going to pick it up right there, Joshua 9, starting in 22. Then Joshua called for them, and he spoke to them, saying, "Why have you deceived us, saying, 'We are very far from you,' when you dwell near us? Now, therefore, you are cursed, and none of you shall be freed from being slaves, woodcutters, and water carriers for the house of my God." So they answered Joshua and said, "Because your servants were clearly told that the Lord your God commanded his servant Moses to give you all the land and to destroy all the inhabitants of the land from before you, therefore we were very much afraid of our lives because of you, and have done this thing. And now, here we are in your hands. Do with us as it seems good and right to do to us." So he did to them and delivered them out of the hand of the children of Israel, so that they did not kill them. And that day Joshua made them woodcutters and water carriers for the congregation and for the altar of the Lord in the place which he would choose, even to this day. So if you look at the situation that's going on right now in Israel, you take a look at what's really happening. What they're dealing with is they're dealing with these same people. Joshua made them essentially work for Israel. And what that meant was Israel would be over them. Israel would be more powerful than them. Israel would always keep them in submission. They would always be in submission to Israel. They would always be angry about it. They will always war against it. They will always scream and curse and throw rocks at them for these things, for the eternity of Israel. And that's ultimately what you're staring at right now. What you're staring at is you're staring at a product of a people group in around 1300 BC taking over the land of Israel and allowing some people groups to live because of this oath that they made. And then they put them into submission, made them their slaves, essentially, and overpowered them forever. And that's what we're dealing with today. You know, the only time that it wasn't taking place is when the Romans kicked them out. And now here we are, and we're right back to the exact same situation that we had, or a very similar situation that we had in Joshua's day, because of Joshua's decisions that he made for the land. God said, cleanse the land of all the people, not some of them, all of them, like kill all of them, men, women, children, all of them. But they let the Gibeonites live. And now what you're dealing with, and they're going to be dealing with the Philistines later, and then now they're dealing with the Palestinians, but it's the same people. It's the same people group. They've been there fighting Israel then, and because of this decision that Joshua made. It's incredibly important that we open our eyes to the realities of the Word of God. You know, when you look at things like that and you think, well, I can actually stare at that right now and see that there's consequences that we're dealing with, just like the Bible said, to this very day. To this very, very day. Just fascinating. You know, and that's something that we have to be aware of in the next war. God says kill them all. Any thoughts or insight? Put it below. I would like to take a moment and say that most people that watch this channel, they're not subscribers to this channel. So please take a moment, hit that subscribe button. It greatly increases the algorithm and our ability to get these messages out. That link is below. But the most important part of this channel is we take prayer requests. So please don't ever hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, love guns.